live in the dungeon. This is the Dream Warrior Review. I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Mick Strawn.
A couple of the last episodes, Countdown and Terminator Dark Fate. One only has 16 downloads. The other one only has 13. We usually get about 25 right off the bat on Podbean. But I know other people listen to our show on iTunes and other places.
Yes.
But for some reason, we've had a drop-off on Podbean, specifically at Podbean. I was looking at my spreadsheet, and I noticed that there was a little drop-off in the listenership.
Okay, you're nerding out.
But we had over 10,000. We're over 10,000. 10,000.
We
10,
are over
downloads
10,000.
just on
10,000.
Podbean.
Just on Podbean.
And I'm thinking we have that many Scottish people probably listening to us. 10,000 at least.
I think that we do. I really do. Hey, well, you know what? We could do that. By the way, we should say hello to Glasgow. Because
yes.
Glasgow, we love you. We love you because you...
What do they say down there? Oh, crikey. How's it going out there?
Oh, no. Please, I apologize for anything he says from now on. You're a terrible person. You know that?
I know. I shouldn't say that because our liaison to Scotland was very nice to us.
Oh, Drew's the best.
Drew, yes. And I feel like Drew, we could say a lot of nice things about Drew.
We can talk about...
He puts his underwear on with the right way, one leg at a time.
Please stop. Please stop trying to make it better.
I thought we were doing another set of promos for him.
Please stop trying to make it better. It's not working.
Actually, I just caught an interview, by the way. Speaking of Drew, I was tooling around, and I was listening to Radio Haber, and I was like, oh, there's a link here for Mick Strawn. And I'm like, okay. So I didn't hear this. It was like September 2019. I'm like, oh, okay. So it was a really interesting interview that you did with him.
Was it?
It was pretty good. Yeah. I was enthralled. I was like, oh, okay. It was like 6 different parts. I'm like, wow, how long is this thing? Anyway.
No, he asked me 6 questions.
Yeah, no, but they was intriguing. I heard some of the answers already, and I was still listening to it. So, well done for both of you. Is all I gotta say.
I told him. He said he called me up and he goes, or he sends me an email, and he says, I have these 6 questions that we're asking all of our broadcasters, and I said, okay, well.
But where's my phone call? Well, aren't I a broadcaster?
I think that you are, and I think that you're up next.
Well, when I was working on Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Yeah, but anyway, so he goes like this. He says it's going to be 6 questions. He says it probably shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. And I said, you listen to the show, right?
He doesn't know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to answer his questions like, I'm going to say, there's this one time on the set, we're building this device that was inside the wall. I'm going to steal one of your stories.
Oh, there you go. Steal a story. Go ahead. So you're saying that my stories have already hit, what's it called? When a song loses its patent. It's
well, no, I mean, I've heard the stories a lot,
public
but
domain.
There's people out there that haven't heard them enough.
Oh, there is nobody that hasn't heard them enough.
Yeah, I mean, I actually still like the stories. Just some of them I could probably say along with you.
Yeah, that's a valid point. That's you know what I did a podcast recently with I can't think of the name of it. It's a musician that his name's Josh, and anyway, it was him and his entire band, and we get into the interview, and they've been listening to interviews that we've done. They listen to Dream Warrior Review. And,
oh, cool.
And so I would say, yeah, well, that reminds me of a story. And they go, oh, tell the one about the da-da-da-da-da. Somebody go, no, that one, no, what the, how about the geese? And I'm like, I was just completely,
the geese.
I was completely lost in the middle of it.
See, I'm telling you, it's like you are Uncle Mick. See,
I am. This is scary.
The kids are like, tell us the one about
Hey, Uncle Mick, tell us the one about the Mortal Kombat when you were building the sets.
Yeah, okay.
How did you melt Freddy? Tell us how you melted Freddy.
It's the same way that everybody melts Freddy, you dingus. Anyway. So, now we're talking about Paul Rudd, aren't we?
Yes. Paul Rudd. He's my hero.
He is. What's the name of the show?
Living with Yourself.
Living with Yourself. This is a weird program.
I really liked it, but it hit a brick wall for me. And we'll have to get to that, but...
Yeah. But...
I don't know if it hit a brick wall for you, but it really hit a brick wall for me. Like, I don't want to continue. Like, I don't think... If there's another season, I just don't care, really.
Now, how many episodes did you see? Because I
saw all 8 of the first season.
Oh, it's... You know what? I thought you said that there were 6, and I saw 6. And I was like, well, wait a minute, this isn't even quite right. Because literally I had only devoted myself that much time to it, and I was back, I was working on the house. I was like, no, that doesn't seem right. And I came back, and it said, there's one more. I was like, oh, no. But I think I've only seen 7 of them. But there were several times where I have to say, I thought, well, that's as far as I can go.
Well, there were some things that just didn't... I don't know. I still feel like the tone was all over the place. Like, I didn't know what I was supposed to be feeling half the time. The music sucked.
Right. Well...
and then there's certain things that could have happened, like Kate. Kate, for example. She could have been cloned.
Right.
End of story.
Right. Yeah. Well... Here's the thing that kind of got me is that we were playing. There were so many shifting alliances going on that there was a certain point to where you had equally loved and hated each character for at least an entire episode, and then you went, well, that's it, I'm done.
Well, I also thought in some ways it was too even keeled for me. Like, I really wish they would have just gone over the top with, like, insanity. Like, least with one of the characters, or, because it was just kind of even. Like,
well, and
what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like they kept putting an ordinary edge on the extraordinary.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Like, why not go all the way and make it crazier?
Right. Exactly. Why not? Why not explore the, like, for instance, just somebody sitting back and telling everybody what's going on, right?
Right.
And nobody's going to believe him, right? Why not explore that? No, but everything has to be put out there. Out there. Cool. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm saying. Is everything's put out there, and then everybody kind of goes, okay. You're going,
why didn't you tell me sooner? Okay.
Yeah, why didn't you tell me sooner? Well, I guess I should have. And then you're going, wow, is this like a bad psychology session that we're sitting in on, or what?
I think it's a government conspiracy to get us to accept human cloning.
Well, exactly.
Not really.
I mean, well, exactly.
The one thing I do like about it is that I do like the fact that the clone who was supposed to be a better version of him was a dick. Was a total dick in a lot of ways, and he had flaws too.
Yeah,
and even the guy that his friend at work was still a dick.
and the other one was the good one in bed, right?
Yes.
That guy. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Bottom line, Paul Rudd was amazing. I mean, Paul Rudd is amazing, but even by episode 6. I was even tired of Paul Rudd.
Well, the girl he's playing with is good. She's a comedian. I can't remember her name. I could probably look it up, but anyway.
Right. No, she.
Aisling B. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but she's an Irish comedian.
Oh, is she?
Actress girl. Yeah.
It's funny. At the beginning, the first 2 or 3 episodes, she was. And I understand that this is part of her characterization. Is she looked bland and boring, and probably was just the characterization of her bouncing off of him. But then, as she got more interested, she became a more interesting thing to watch, you know.
Right.
So.
Well, she was more of a reactive character rather than like being involved in the story.
No, that's exactly what her whole role is. Through it.
Oh, so I wish you would have seen the last episode because I was just pissed off at the end. Like, okay, I just wanted that one guy to just die and just have the show end there because I'm like, this is just stupid. So there is going to be a second season. So that probably gives you a hint right there that it's probably going to be a second season.
Yeah. Well,
I think I've already blown this by giving all these away, but anyway.
Oh, totally.
I'm just saying.
You just blew this for anybody. Yeah.
I'll put a little spoiler alert on it. Hey, this has spoiler alerts.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Have like an alarm that goes off every time we do it. No, maybe not.
That would, yeah.
Might be annoying because we do it a lot.
We have spoiled a lot, but it's funny. There are certain ones that we respect a lot, and we won't spoil those. But
yep.
An awful lot of the Netflix stuff.
Well, for Netflix, this was actually really good, and
it was.
But I was actually in for the most part. I was kind of in till the end, but the last episode, I'm tapping out. Nope, I don't want any more of this show. I'm done.
Well, because let's face it, you did call me up and say, "Hey, listen, let's do the next episode. Because we did the 3.
Yeah.
Remember, we did 3. Okay, we did 3 episodes, and then you said, "Oh, I'm so excited about it. Let's go to 6 or 8 or whatever." And I was like completely in with you there. And then by the time I got to in 5 and 6, I was like, it's
Well, I figured there's only 2 more. I'm like, I might as well watch the last 2.
Might as well. Yeah.
I'm sitting here. Might as well watch it.
But you know what? Here's what I say. I'm going to give a 3.5 to the first 5 episodes, and then I have to say that it's entirely up to you. View the last 2 at your own peril.
Yeah, I think the first 3 I probably would have given probably 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
But then the last 2 episodes I'd give like a 2. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give it a 3, and even 3.
I think that we're getting very equivocal.
Yes.
Equivocal. Wow.
I give Paul Rudd a 10 no matter what he's doing. But,
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was all over the place. This show was all over the place, in my opinion. Like the tone was all over the place. The story was all over the place. The characters were not realistic.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on the Dream Warrior Review podcast. Don't forget to tell your friends about us, follow us, and, of course, like us. We can be found on Podbean, which is an amazing app, YouTube, Stitcher, Alexa on any pod, iTunes, Google Play. We're on Twitter as well, at DW Review, and, of course, Facebook. You can find us there. You can also email us at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com.